do a little bit of training tonight and just talk about plateaus, because I'm hearing a lot of people who want to keep going in their weight loss, who are kind of feeling like they're kind of struggling with a plateau. So Wendy, before you jumped on, Melanie and I were talking just a little bit about, her current state. Like, so she's really kind of looking more to maintain as far as from a weight standpoint, but really try to build some more muscle and tone and things like that. So where are you feeling like you're at right now as far as weight? Are you in a position you want to continue to lose weight, or more maintenance mode? Where would you say you kind of fall right now?
I would say still my goal was down to 125, and I am maintaining, and I've been maintaining. I went down after my surgery, but I'm still maintaining. Usually I am averaging between 128, 129, depending on the week, and then sometimes down to 127, but that doesn't stay there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think overall, hopefully lose a little bit more. I don't think that's going to happen with the lift 4. I think you're going to gain muscle weight, to be honest with you.
It could happen, like, you might lose some initially as you're kind of burning through that last bit of fat, and then be able to kind of tone and build. But, I can say, I've been doing lift 4 fairly continuously. I've done a few other programs and things, but over the last year and a half. And my weight's actually pretty close to actually where I started 4 or 5 years ago. But obviously I have gained a lot of muscle and tone and things like that too. So, I think as we progress and kind of get to where we're comfortable, like, then we can start measuring our success. Like, the scale is definitely a good tool still, but it's not really going to be your measure of what's successful, right? Then you start looking at how you look, and how you feel and what you're able to do, and kind of measure some of those things become bigger factors, I think, than necessarily that weight loss. So that's good. So you're pretty close, and maybe you're fighting a little bit of this kind of plateau syndrome too, a little bit, and kind of staying with that. So if you're not happy with that and you want to kind of lose a little bit of weight, then you can kind of apply some of these things that we'll talk about tonight a little bit too. So, but when we hit a plateau, and we all probably have that time that we'll do that, usually I would say about every 10 pounds or so that you lose, you kind of have to look at some little adjustments, right? Like, maybe what's really working well, you just have to kind of tweak or adjust a little bit to kind of make work. So I'm gonna talk to you about 3 things tonight that can really help us with a plateau. And the first thing that we're really going to talk about is looking at our nutrition, right? Before we can really say when you are looking at hitting a plateau, it's time to really push forward with that. And a lot of times that can be mindset. And I really find this as far as nutrition, right? So the first thing that I want you to really be able to do as far as mindset is to just really allow yourself to know that you want to move forward, right? Instead of focusing on a big goal, focus on 2 pounds down, right? Focus on that 2 pounds at a time, and really speak to yourself in a positive voice, right? I can still lose this weight. I care to lose this weight. I tell myself that a lot when I feel like I'm not progressing anymore, or when I wasn't progressing anymore. I would tell myself, I do care to lose this weight. And I would write that in my tracker, kind of as my mantra for that day, so that I really go into that with the right mindset. So, but as we're looking at plateaus, like when I talk to people and they say, I feel like I've hit a plateau, the first thing, guess what we're going to do first thing? What do you guys think? What's the first thing that we would probably look at, or I'd look at with you to kind of see what we think is going on? Any guesses?
I'm going to say the eating, because that's where mine is.
I was going to say water intake.
And water intake. Okay, good. So definitely I would say tracker, which is really both of those things, right? The first thing that we're going to go to and look at is your tracker. Really kind of see, 1, how are we doing with tracking, and 2, have there been any changes, right? So if you were losing weight before and all of a sudden that stopped and you're plateaued, has there been changes? A lot of times, we hold ourselves back, right? I know I really struggled with this, when I was trying to lose the last 10 pounds. And I still struggle with this. Like if I feel like I could get a little bit leaner is just, and I don't know if it's just like not feeling worthy or ready to kind of accept that new you and who you are. But a lot of times we'll manufacture things to stay at that weight, right? So when I look back on my tracker, I would find I was eating a little bit bigger meals, or maybe I was eating a few extra snacks or something like that, so that I was making it real, right? When I felt like I couldn't lose weight, I was actually making it real that I couldn't lose weight, right? That mindset with that. So using our tracker is really going to help us to do those things and really be able to look at that. So, but definitely we want to look at making sure that we're drinking a lot of water, having water first before our meals. We want to really make sure that we're maximizing our vegetables, right? Those are there to keep us full and satisfied. And really just tracking well. You know, sometimes when we're just tracking okay, or we're not really taking a look at everything that we're doing, it makes that change really hard to see. So first, let's make sure that we do that and then evaluate our plate, right? As you lose weight, we don't necessarily need to eat as big a meals as we once did, right? So maybe you make some adjustment to how much protein you need or how much carbohydrates you need on that plate. And it's just kind of like trial and error a little bit, right? So as you change that and tweak that and then take a look at that, you know, you'll be able to see what's working and what's not working. And I've also found, you know, it's good to kind of change things up a little bit. Sometimes if we've eaten the same thing over and over and over again, our body really adapts to that. So throwing in maybe 1 or 2 meals a week, or trying things a little bit different, sometimes that can help with that too. So just kind of evaluate that plate and be able to track those things. And then second, I would say, you know, really look at what your fitness is, right? You know, adding strength training is a really great thing for a lot of people, not only because you're going to be able to better tone and strengthen your muscles, but also it keeps your body guessing a little bit more. So if you're somebody who maybe is just doing cardio right now and isn't doing a lot of lifting, adding some strength training can really change how your body and how your metabolism is working to use the calories and the fuel that you're putting into your body, right? So I think with our Lift 4 challenge, those who are taking part in that and that's new for them, like this is going to be a really great experience, you know, to probably do a little bit different type of cardio with the HIIT, with the high intensity interval training, and then also adding some different type of strength training with the weights to really be able to see how that goes too. So same thing with cardio, right? As we're looking at that, I started running when I was 12 years old. So, and I ran through junior high and high school and college, and that was pretty much all I did. So when I got into college, I started adding in a little bit of weight training, but really all I did was run. And then when I finished college, I just ran more. So instead of running like on track teams, I started to do like marathoning and stuff like that, you know, and my body like never would lose weight just with the running. So when I started doing triathloning, which I think was 2003, I didn't really lose weight, but I noticed that my body was changing, right? Like I lost more inches and, you know, my body just looked differently, even though I didn't lose weight because I really wasn't ever working on my nutrition. My body changed, right? And that's because I changed my fitness and I adapted to that. And so it helps my body to change in ways that just doing the running wasn't. So I think that's really true in cardio. You know, if you've been doing the same thing for a long time, you might add something different. And again, it's not to say you have to take that cardio away, but maybe you just do that a couple of days a week and do something else with that too, to kind of just change it up. And you know, it's a great way to find something new that you like to do and things too. And with Beachbody On Demand, it's just so nice because we have so many options and so many ways that we can put together these programs to be fun and to create change and be challenging and new, that will really help us to be able to kind of adapt and be able to do that. So those are the 3 things that I would recommend. 1, mindset, right? So we have to make sure that we're not holding ourselves back because of what we're thinking and then actually making that real, right? So, allow yourself to just focus on 2 pounds at a time. Let yourself know and tell yourself, create that mantra that I can still lose weight. I want to still lose weight, right? Be excited about that as you move forward with that. Number 2, nutrition, right? Really focus in on that water, on your vegetables, and then, evaluate your plate as you're tracking things to see, is it working or is it not working for you? And then 3, focus on your fitness. So if you're working out and you're still experiencing a plateau, maybe it's time to change up that workout routine. Add in something different with your strength training or different type of cardio that'll help you to better see results. So, and you don't have to figure that out on your own. If this is something that you feel like you're struggling with and you're not sure where to go or what you want to try, like reach out to me, because that's what I'm here for, right? Is to be able to help you. And I've done pretty much every program that's on Beachbody On Demand and have experience, and can share what I've liked and who I feel it's good for, and the pros and cons of the programs and things like that, so we can help you to find a really good fit with that as well. So, questions, let's open it up for that for just a minute. Any questions or things that resonated with you in those 3 points, things that you think will help you improve as you're in your fitness goals as you move forward?
The self-motivation telling me I can is a big one for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, it takes practice a little bit and kindness to ourselves, right?
Yeah, and telling myself I have the time for it, because life gets so busy and chaotic. And, Wendy works 6 days a week. She has 1 day off, but yet here she is still doing it. I mean, that's amazing to me.
Yeah.
So,
well, and feel good too, right? Like, I think it used to be, our mindset used to be, I have to work out for like an hour a day, to get any type of results. And we don't. And, now there's programs where with as little as 15, 20 minutes a day, we can get results, great results, right? So I think, we've got to kind of just change our mind, and instead of, again, putting ourselves last on our plate, right? Because a lot of times that's where it comes, that mindset of we don't have time, is we feel like we've got to do everything else first, and then we can reward ourselves with working out.
Yep.
Whereas if we would just give that to ourselves first, like the time will work out to do everything else. It will, I promise you. It's hard to believe that at first, because I was the same way, but I don't consider it selfish anymore, because I know I'm so much better when I feel good about myself, to do a lot more, and I've got more energy and confidence to do the things that I need for the people around me too. So I'm going to say, like, trust that process first, and allow yourself to put yourself first, and let those people in your life and that are important to you know that you need to have that, that's important. And I guarantee that they'll go to bat for you, and they'll really help you to do that. So, and then this book, Melanie, helped me a lot too. It's called Finish by John Acuff. And it really helped me to kind of overcome a lot of those limiting thoughts that I had about having to do things perfectly, right? And how just doing the best I can and showing up every day, even though it's not going to be perfect, will help me quite a bit. So, and I think it was today, I shared a video from a couple of years ago on my Facebook page. So just watch that for motivation.
Okay.
It's the most chaotic workout you'll ever see in your life, but I share it every year that it kind of pops up on my Time Hop. I think it's 2 or 3 years old. But, I was trying to do a 21-day fix workout is what it was. And, I was up in the living room, and the kids were all getting ready for school. And, so I stopped and helped with homework. I've got doing somebody's hair, so I by no means was a perfect workout, but it got done, and I felt good about it. And, that was just the type of morning it was that particular day. And it was fine, and I think it's good for us to see oh my gosh, that's exactly how my life is.
Yeah.
And I can do it too. So good thoughts for sure. Anything else? Wendy, what do you think as far as kind of plateauing or things like that? Anything with those points help you?
Oh, I think it did. But the main thing is, like I said, I know most of it's the diet that I struggle with because I still enjoy some things. So I do like the Lift 4 with having the cheat days because we do get donuts once a month, sometimes twice a month. But but overall, I think hopefully with trying the new workouts, because like you said, you do the same thing, your muscles have memory. They're not going to do any better.
Yeah, and I think
So,
it's perfect for someone like you where you do a lot of softball and things too, because it's not overwhelming to where you have to work out every day, like you can just do it 4 days a week. It's pretty short, and it complements a lot of those other things, running and playing other sports and being active in your life without being overwhelming, and feeling like it's too much to do. So I think you'll really enjoy that aspect of it. And, kind of looking at cheat meals or cheat days or treat days, whatever you want to kind of look at it as, I think it's good to do that because, it takes that pressure off where we feel like I can never do that, right? I could never have a donut day or something like that, where you guys, like, having a really good meal that you enjoy that maybe isn't the best meal once in a while, like, it is not going to detract from your weight loss. It's not going to make the scale bounce up 10 pounds, but a lot of times because we put that guilt and shame to ourselves about, doing that or about having that donut, it sets us to go off track the next day and the day after that, and the day after that, because we feel like, oh, well, I already messed up. So I always loved that quote, if one of your tires went flat, you wouldn't slash the other three, make them flat too, right? Same thing with your diet. You don't need to sabotage everything just because something went off track, So I think kind of allowing ourselves and telling ourselves, hey, that's okay. This is included, it's good for me to have this, like, just takes away that guilty mindset, that shame mindset, to allow us to really enjoy something and then move on. And that's the whole point of it, right? We can have balance and we can enjoy the things that we want to, and then we can move on. I remember, Melanie, I think it was you and I, were we talking about like having cinnamon rolls with your family one time?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't know, I really want to do this as like a tradition, and she's like, but I don't want to feel like I'm off track either, and we talked about the same thing, hey, this is something that's important. It's gonna be more powerful for you to enjoy that and really enjoy that, and then move forward from it rather than watch everybody else enjoy this tradition that now you feel like you can't be a part of because you changed this lifestyle, because all of a sudden you're going to tell yourself, well, that's not the lifestyle I want. So you got to, make it work for you. So, and know that, one meal or one cookie or one donut is not going to detract from your overall goals. So, but when we're mindful about it, we don't feel like we have to do that every day, and we can make it work. So it's really good. Anything else, you guys? Questions you have? Other topics you guys want to focus on?
I have a question. As far as the pre-workout, the sample workouts for the Lift 4, there's just that one, right?
So there's a sample one, but if you go down to the very bottom of the workout list, you'll see there's a section called B4 Lift 4.
Okay.
Go to that, and that'll have 4 more workouts. They're 20 minutes, so they're a little bit shorter, but those are similar, like, sample workouts. So
yeah, I did the sample one.
Yeah, you did. So you did the 30-minute one.
I did. I'm going to try Sundays because I play balls Monday.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. And, when I was marathon training, I adjusted the workouts. Like, I adjusted the order of the workouts so it would fit me. Like, it was hard for me to do leg day right before I did a long run, and I was like dead. So I put leg day early in the week so that my legs would be more rested as I got to the end of the week. So I think there's a lot of flexibility that you can add into that program to make it work. So, but scroll down to the very bottom of that workout list and you'll see a section called B4 Lift 4. And if you need more information, go into our Facebook group, because I put a little tutorial how to find them. So there's a
Okay.
little video tutorial in the Facebook group that you can use too.
Yeah, I'm going to try Sunday, Tuesday, and maybe Thursday, Friday, because I play balls Mondays and Wednesdays. Saturdays work is just pretty tough.
Yeah.
And Sunday, I'm gonna, if it doesn't take that much longer, then I should hopefully get that in.
Perfect. I think that sounds great. Good plan. Okay, good. Any other questions? All right. Awesome. If you guys have topics as you think about that through the week, like don't hesitate just to send me a quick email and say, hey, this would be really good to learn something I'm interested to learn about or struggling with or would like to talk a little bit more about, and we'll make sure to incorporate them into these calls. So these are for you, right? So I'd really want to create good discussion around the things that you guys need and want. That'll help you best too. So good. All right.